7-minute delay. Before we get started, there's some things I want to mention. Yes, this is the MomoCon 2014 Craftsmanship Costume Contest. The prizes awarded are based on fabrication and fabrication alone. But before we get to the awards portion, we have our costume catwalk. And not everyone walking across this stage chose to compete. Some people just want to show off their costumes, want to show off their hard work. And, you know, this MomoCon and MomoCon's past, there have actually been plenty of costumes that just opted to be walk-on only, that in any other circumstances would walk away with prizes. So just something to keep in mind for when we actually award the prizes later on, just in case your favorite may or may not have won an award. And it kind of keeps me from getting lynched. So, like that choice to compete or not, it's a personal one. It's depending on the goals. It's kind of like cosplay. You know, people cosplay for many reasons, and Bill Duran of Punish Props said it kind of most succinctly. Anyone can and should cosplay for any reason whatsoever. And except and that's what this catwalk's all about. So, first off, it is my great privilege to introduce our judges. First up, if you've been on the internet and looked at props before, you've probably seen his work. And I am proud to introduce Mr. Harrison Cricks of Volpin Props. As you can see, if you've been in the Marriott, his getup may seem slightly familiar. Next, next up, proud to introduce a very frequent collaborator, as well as excellent and award-winning costumer, Bear. All right, our third of our judges is also double dutying as co-MC, Kathy Lewis of God Save the Queen Fashion and Design. And yes, I did say co-MC. This next gentleman is a wonderful actor, and if you don't know it, also he's done some slam poetry. But I personally know him, well, you guys probably know him as Prince Zuko the Fire Lord. But yes, he has a special place in my heart of people of my dated age as Rufio, head of Mr. Duncan Nasca.
What's up, you guys?
Who's ready to get this costume contest started? I don't think you guys are loud enough. Who's ready to get this costume contest started? All right, our first contestant. Are y'all gonna sit down? Okay.
Bad knees.
Oh. Our first set of contestants are Seth, Tom Tover, and Defina Kabiza, dressed up as Gibal, oh my gosh, I can't know these names, I'm sorry.
Gibal and Nuge, right?
From Final Fantasy X-2.
The next contestants are Brandy Kirksey, character Ikaros from Heaven's Lost Property.
Cabiza, dressed up as Lord Death from Soul Eater.
Every costume needs a giant foam
Next
can.
up, Michael
Japan.
McCann, Brad Holder, Sonic and Tails, Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
It might take them a little time to get up here.
What's up, Sonic?
Can someone help them downstage? They need assistance. They're not very fast. One at a time, guys. One at a time.
Yes, very slow for Sonic and Tails.
You can do it now!
Everyone has
Do it
to
up for
stage.
you guys.
Next up is Mercy the Fox, dressed up as Link from Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword.
Next up, Misty Sinclair, Battle Moon, original design Legend of Zelda Skyward.
Next up is Juliette Savard, Iron Man Mark III.
That's nice, got the lights going.
Thank you, lighting crew. That was nice.
Next up is Pate Bolivar, Evan Bolivar, Vivi, and Kenya, Final Fantasy IX. Amazing.
Next up on stage are Gan Monroe and Amanda Kirk from Game of Thrones. Everyone give a big round of applause to our favorite set of characters.
Next up, Lydia Barnes, Coronation Anna, and Frozen.
Next up on stage is Rachel Raziel, dressed up as Tim Drake Robin from Batman.
Next up, Garrett Bailey, Kuro the Rathalos Slayer, Monster Hunter. Look at that sword.
That sword. Yeah. He's going to spin it around and throw it in the air and everything. It's a color guard move.
Next up on stage, Emma Kai Eccles and Antigone Willis, dressed up as the girls from Black Rock Shooter.
Next to the stage, Irene Polk, Robin, Teen Titans.
Next up, Alethea Burns, dressed up as Lynn Minmay from Macross Frontier.
Next to the stage, Clark as Link, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
Who's ready to party? Next up is Joseph Stanley, dressed up as Pinkie Pie!
Put your hooves together, everybody.
Next to the stage, Michelle Peck as Kanade Tachibana, Angel Beats.
Next up is Catherine Talbot, dressed up as the Happy Mask salesman from Zelda Majora's Mask.
Next to the stage, Jennifer Hawk, Sammy Craig, Earth Dragon, Love Dragon, original design.
Next up to the stage is Zane Gilson in his very own original Roman soldier design.
Next to the stage, Cecilia Sullivan, Blind Mag, Repo, the Genetic Opera.
Literally, opera. Literally. Next up, Catherine Fowler. She is doing a Alice design made by No Flutter from Alice in Wonderland.
Next to the stage, Adam Greene, Vash the Stampede, Trigun.
The boots are pretty good too.
Next up, are Frank Puricelli and Josh Patterson doing gender bent Frozen! He just wants to build a snowman. Come on.
For real. I don't care. Ivy and Daniel, Una, Titus, Final Fantasy X.
Next up, Grayson Bailey, dressed up as, oh my god,
Kaoru.
Okay, from Neon Genesis Evangelion. Everyone may give him a big round of applause.
Next to the stage, Laquita Kelly, Ryan Earl, Aku, and Samurai Jack.
Next up, Bonnie Davis, dressed up as Latoya Itoki from Uda no Prince Sama.
Next up, Lindsay Patterson, Princess Anna, Frozen.
Next up is Theon Nugent, Julu Tran, and Tyranny Nugent, dressed up as Aladdin, Morgana, and Alibaba from Magi, Kingdom of Magic.
Next up, Chelsea Butler as Neon Perona Carnival, right? Was not expecting that.
He likes kitties. Everyone likes kitties, right? Next up on stage is Lexus O'Neill, dressed up as Tao Kaka from Blaze Blue. lots of kitties in this contest.
Oh, kitties. I didn't hear kitties. It's like, what contest are you watching?
Look, there was a cat, and we got another cat.
Next up, Angelica Perez, Tobi Obito from Naruto.
I asked her how she cut out her prop, and her answer was with a chainsaw.
He is the most metal costumer you will ever meet. Next up on stage, Princess Fireball by Stephanie Chapman from Sailor Moon.
Next on stage, Jessica Koresh Lindir, the Hobbit.
The Hobbit?
From Hobbit.
Next up, Alex Payton, dressed up as Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon.
He's only 15, ladies. You gotta wait a couple of years.
Next to the stage, Kate, I can't pronounce the last name that well, Krisarakai, Timmy Simpson, David Stewart, Phantom Bullet, Sinon, Kirito, Sword Art Online.
Next up, Kristen and Josh Dunn, dressed up as Morticia and Gomez Adams.
Next to the stage, Kimberly Bennett, Seal Phantom Hive, Black Butler.
She stole part of that cane from her dad's car. The skull shift knob, stole it. Next up, Lindsay Edgar, dressed up as Sheep from Legend of Zelda.
Next to the stage, Gary Freeman, Joan Arc, and Robbie, or RWBY? Ruby.
Next up is Maria Bowen, dressed up as Mommy Tomo from Puello Magi Madoka Magica.
Next up, Marley Phillips, Rainbow Dash, My Little Pony. Dig the spin, dig the spin.
Next up, Sasha Gauthier, dressed up as Madame Papillion, an original design based on Madame Butterfly.
Okay, how many times do you go through?
Not enough. Take me to more.
Okay.
Next to the stage, Sarah Condi, Kevin Hodge, Yuki Kisargi, Sid Highwind, Final Fantasy VII.
Next stage, Susanna Bondar, dressed up as Odette from Swan Lake.
Next to the stage, Melissa Caird, Tariel, Hobbit, Desolation of Small.
Threatening the audience? More.
Next up is Kelly Bansom, and she's wearing an original design, which is a Harry Potter themed ball gown for Hufflepuff.
Next up, Avani Patel, Aaron Cox, Rebecca Davis, and Chris Iserman as Saber Lily, Caster, Archer Ilya, Ryder, Tight Moon Fate.
Next up on stage is Kelsey Dunn, dressed up as, oh my god, it's Lumpy Space Princess.
Next up, Catherine Bensley as Marin, The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening.
Stand by while we have technical difficulties.
Next up, Padma Apsara, Go-Go the Mimic, Final Fantasy VI.
She painted all of that. All of those patterns, she painted those. Next up is Julia Powell, dressed up as Pang Tong from Dynasty Warriors.
Next to the stage, Lashi Owens, Lawrence Epizeller, Hazuki and Akua. Hazuki no Yatsuzu?
Sorry, man, can't bail you out there.
We practiced this, Kathy. You were supposed to say that one. You threw him under the bus. Shame on you.
They look great though.
I feel bad. We did practice saying that series, and I messed that up.
It's okay.
I messed it up too.
I should have. I'm sorry.
It's
Stuffed
okay.
up. All right. Next up is Victoria Halbrook and Curtis Halbrook. And Victoria is wearing falsetto, which Curtis made, from Eternal Sonata.
Next up is Brittany Bryant, Madam Red, Kurojutsu.
Next up, Amber Carlisle, dressed up as Morrigan from Dragon Age Origins.
Next up is an original design, Froggy Master, Snow Zero Storm by Keela and Natch.
Time to go to the ring.
She's already got her fluffies on.
Next up is Palmonique Franklin, dressed up as Sesshomaru from Inuyasha.
Next is Donna Hollis and Laura Alberst, Kirara and Sagu, also from Inuyasha. Tails. You were looking at the tails.
What?
You were looking at the tails? I was looking at the tails.
Next up, Beth Salyers, dressed up as Theb from Final Fantasy / Kingdom Hearts.
Next up, Colin Healy, Sir Captain Colin O'Healy, original design. That was cool. Maybe a sword fight or something.
Captain Ron got hardcore.
Next up is Lori Fesperman, dressed up as Ribbon from League of Legends!
Next up, Desiree Healy as Loki.
Next up is a very large group. There's like 100 people in this group. It's Team BioShock.
Next to the stage coming up is Casey Frierson as Iridessa, and Tinkerbell and the Fairies. Next to the stage, Kamari Frierson as Rizuki Death Note.
I want a special night. And last but not least are Michael, Halsey, and Kylie Barra dressed up as Poison Ivy and her infected slave. Also, I'd like to hand off the mic to Michael over here for a special announcement.
I know what it is.
Congratulations! It's going down at MomoCon right now.
There's so much love in the air. All right, I'm going to hand off the mic to Patterson for some other special announcements.
All right,
Wait, who's Patterson going to post to?
This guy right here.
So, before we get to the handing out the awards, first I wanted to give a thanks to my staff. And another round of applause for the amazing cosplayers who came up on stage. And one final side note, stick around after we make the announcements for the award winners. We have some very special news about MomoCon's 2015, considered a sneak peek for next year.
No, he was right.
All right, so now we're going to announce the winners of our major craftsmanship contest. Who's ready?
Okay, honorable mention, Joseph Stanley, Pinkie Pie, My Little Pony.
Joseph, come up to the stage.
Honorable mention, Lydia Barnes, Coronation Anna, Frozen.
Did Pinkie Pie leave already?
Where's Pinkie Pie? Where's the party at? Pinkie Pie? Wait, I see Pinkie Pie in the back there. Gallop your way up here.
Pinkie coming up right now, slowly but surely.
Slowly making her way up to the real party up here on stage.
Wait, what's the proper pronoun there? Because it's Pinkie Pie. There's a man in the costume. Is it he or
Gender's a very relative term. Don't try and make judgments.
Can somebody pull up Tumblr so I can figure out what the pronoun is?
Social justice will help us out with that.
No.
All right. Next up are our Judges Awards. And Judges Awards are given by the three of us. And as we were going through the pre-judging contest this morning and afternoon, each of us found someone that just really stood out in the contestants that we would like to give awards to. So Amanda is going to go first.
I see what you did there. I haven't even looked at this list. Give me just a second. Thank you so much, everyone, for your patience. I mean, I know this is my Judges Award, so I know who it goes to, or to whom it goes. Let's see here. My Judges Award, I picked for a variety of reasons. I think the people that know me best are going to know this is pretty obvious when I call Garrett Bailey up here with his Rathalos from Monster Hunter. I have been a huge fan of this series, and I didn't just pick this costume because I'm a fan, but I will tell you that I've been into Monster Hunter since the closed beta, like in 2004. So anytime I see a Monster Hunter costume, of course, I'm very excited. And as a judge, I'm probably a little bit extra picky because I love them so much. And I want this guy to know wherever he is, because I cannot see a single thing from right here, that I absolutely
There we go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, lighting
I still
crew.
don't see wherever he is, but thank you. This monster in and of itself has been in the series since the very first beta test. This guy is known as the Troll of the Sky. If you've played the game, you're quite familiar with what I'm talking about, aside from the big chicken. Yeah, who knows who the cuckoo is? You're giggling. I'm going to give you that. Thank you so much for a job well done.
If I remember, this was your first suit of armor? Yes, that is amazing.
And I love how you did the scales. The scales and the themselves are probably the number one thing that I absolutely lost my mind over. I love that there's depth to these. It just, there was extra time and care that was put into this costume, and I really appreciate it. And I wanted to give you my Judges Award so that I could say thank you so much for all of your hard work. It definitely deserves recognition. Thank you, and we hope show it.
Wait, come back on stage. Y'all know he had to kill 3 little warbler animals to make this entire suit of armor.
Okay, my Judges Award, as anybody who might have seen my work before, I don't know anything about fabric or sewing, I know about props. And so I look for somebody who comes up with a really innovative solution to a very complicated piece. My Judges Award goes to Lori Fesperman for her ribbon costume, specifically her sword and ankle. Lori is out there somewhere. I really appreciate League of Legends costumers. Yeah, somewhere. There she is. The giant sword walking
You can see the
through
sword,
the
it's all
audience.
lit up still.
I really like people who tackle League of Legends cosplays because they have these enormous complicated pieces with floating rocks and glowing gems and such, and seeing that come to life is always impressive. This piece is great. It's mounted on one big sheet of acrylic, and in photographs it totally vanishes, so you just see the rocks and the illumination. Also, the armor was fantastic. Admittedly, I never played League of Legends, but the artwork is gorgeous. Congratulations and thank you.
Next Judges Award is mine. And this morning when we came into judging, there was a black leather portfolio sitting on our table full of pictures of progress done on this costume, and we're all just blown away by it. So Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon, come up to the stage. If y'all get a chance to look at this costume up close, don't invade his personal space too much, but look at the costume up close. There's leather and metal and warbler and so many textures, and all of the work on it was done by him, by hand. And get this, he's only 15. This guy is motivated. So everyone get a huge round of applause.
So best duo? Best group is Frank Puricelli and Josh Patterson, Mel Elsa, Mel Anna Frozen.
Come on, Josh!
They're standing here.
Let it go! Get your butt on stage, Patterson.
Great job, guys.
We can figure out bags of awards.
Next up, Best Duo goes to the Boulevards for their Final Fantasy IX group.
Proportions on these are perfect.
Best individual, kids, Kimberly Bennett, CL Phantom Hive, Black Butler.
All right, now we're going to give out the awards for Best Novice, Journeyman, and Master. Before we give out the awards, I'd like to thank Epic Cosplay for donating gift certificates for Wade. So everyone, round of applause for Epic Cosplay. And in addition to the lovely prizes that Patterson has put together, each of the contestants will Nikki Sinclair.
Individual journeyman goes to Juliet Savard, Iron Man.
About this costume, and I think each of us are going to say a little something about it before we call this person up to stage. Harrison, what did you love about this costume?
Okay, there are a million gorgeous details that went into this, and the attention to every little thing was spectacular. But what really got me was that the man 3D printed his shoes.
Adam!
Soles would be exactly like the reference, and they are perfect. He cast them in urethane rubber, so they hold up. Nobody cares about this but me. But
I care.
That's amazing.
Amanda, what was your favorite part about this costume?
I like the whole thing. This guy was a total package, and I know that you can't get too wrapped up in appearance and how people look in their costumes, but this was a little bit touch. This guy was bad.
This guy was the most Vash there ever was. Adam, come up to the scene.
Who you were talking about?
And he sewed, and he cobbled, and he made all the things. So give him a big round of applause.
Congratulations, it was most certainly a very well-deserved award.
I'm going to give all the contestants a huge hand.
Yeah, get everybody important. You were important, I'm not.
Everybody smile.
All right, everyone smile over here. Okay, all right. So, don't worry. After a few announcements, we're going to ask these kinds of cosplayers to accompany us over to the photo backdrop in the corner of the Hilton there, so you'll have another opportunity to get a picture. But as I mentioned before, we have some special announcements, a sneak peek for 2015 for y'all. So, if someone knowledgeable about all things MomoCon, perhaps two people, I don't know, one may have found it, and the other one maybe, well, they can answer it.
Hi everybody. I'm Jess, and this is Chris. First of all, we want to give a really big round of applause to the costumers. Oh man, you guys are awesome! Like seriously, we were really blown away with all the costumes that were entered this year. They were really great. And we want to give a shout out to Epic Cosplay at epiccosplay.com. They provide us with some great prizes for our costume contest this year. So thank you guys. We really appreciate it. They make awesome wigs and wigs accessories.
And also give a big round of applause to our judges and hosts. As well as all the volunteers that help make this event happen. So thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
We do have some very special announcements coming up.
Ooh. So I don't know if you saw, we had a teaser video out. We have had a really great run here at the hotels, but we're growing really fast and we want to make it comfortable for everybody. So we've struck a deal with the Georgia World Congress Center, and we will be moving there in 2015, and it will be our forever home. To give you an idea, the Georgia World Congress Center is over the entire thing. We're only using Hall A in 2015. We're going to grow into the rest of it. It's over 3 million square feet. It's the 4th largest convention center in the United States.
To give you some perspective, it's larger than San Diego Comic-Con's available space.
Yep, by 1.3 million square feet, too. Now, it's going to take us some time to fill it out a little bit, but we're going to be in Hall A for 2015, May 28th through 31st, which includes Thursday. It will now be a 4-day event. We're pretty excited about it, but...
And registration will be available, actually, I believe, hopefully at midnight, as long as I can get back and everything works. So you can actually pre-register for 2015 beginning at midnight tonight.
Yes, you can. You can. It'll all be online starting tonight.
It'll be online.